So today we are going to learn about how to balance chemical equations. So as you all know, we write the chemical equations, we write the reactants, we write the products. But what is the use of stoichiometry there? The numbers that we write in front of reactants and products. Why do we write them? What is the need? We want to balance the chemical reaction because we want to follow the law of conservation of mass. What is law of conservation of mass? The total mass of reactants must match with the total mass of products. So that is why we balance the chemical reactions. But now the question is, how should we move forward with that? So we have to first see how many number of each element is present on both sides. So we will see how many number of each and every element is present on the reactant side and on the product side. If they match perfectly, then your reaction is already balanced. But what if they don't match? Then what should we do? Then we have certain steps we can follow, and after that you can balance the reaction. So what should we do then? You will first find that particular compound which has maximum number of atoms present. Okay, so you will try to balance your chemical reaction by ascertaining that compound which has maximum number of atoms present. You will balance that atom first, then you will move ahead with the next atom and you will have a balanced chemical reaction. Let's do just that with the help of one example. Okay, so please see this chemical reaction. You have carbon reacting with water to give you methane and CO2. Now we first want to find out whether this reaction is balanced or not, then we will move ahead, right? So first we will see how many number of carbon atoms are present on both sides, how many number of hydrogen atoms are present on both sides, and oxygen atoms on both sides. If they don't match, then we will move ahead with our steps. Okay, so as you can clearly see, I have only one carbon atom on the reactant side. On the product side, I have two. So I don't have to see the other elements. I can clearly see this reaction is not balanced. So I should move ahead with the steps. So next step would be, I have to find out that compound which has maximum number of atoms present. Correct? So I can see we have one methane. It has 5 atoms present here. Rest of them have 3 atoms. So I will start the balancing with methane. So in methane also, which atom do you see that needs balancing? It is hydrogen. I can clearly see that I have 4 hydrogen atoms on the product side and I can see only 2 hydrogen atoms here. So let's start with the hydrogen. So how can I balance this hydrogen? I will increase 2 more here. So that total hydrogen atoms comes out to be 4. Let's do that. Okay. So now the hydrogen is balanced. Now what about oxygen? I can see 2 oxygen atoms on the product side, and after I have done the balancing, I can see 2 oxygen atoms here also. So we don't have to do anything with the oxygen. But what about carbon? I can see 2 carbon atoms here and I have only 1 carbon atom here. So I can balance it by increasing the number of carbon atoms on the reactant side. Let's do that. And I will make it 1. Now see, are all the atoms balanced on both sides? Are they equal or not? Okay, so I can see 2 carbon atoms here, 2 here, 4 hydrogen atoms here, 4 here. And what about oxygen? 2 oxygen atoms on the reactant side as well as on the product side. So this is a balanced chemical reaction. Let's check it now. Okay, so we will check it and see it is completely balanced. Let's start with one more, okay, so that we can understand one more reaction and we can apply that information there also. So let's solve one more equation. So we will do the same thing. We will first count the number of atoms of each element on both sides. If they don't balance, we will see the compound which has maximum number of atoms and we will just repeat everything. Okay, so you see, I have 1 carbon atom on this side. I have 1 carbon atom on the product side also. So we don't have to balance carbon. What about hydrogen? I can see 6 hydrogen atoms on the reactant side and I have only 2 on the product side. So yes, we have to balance this equation. We don't have similar number of atoms on reactant and product side. Then what are we going to do next? We have to identify that compound which has maximum number of atoms present. So which one would be that? Methane. Once again, it has 5 atoms present Rest of them have 2-3 atoms. Okay, so once again I will start with methane. Yes, so which part needs balancing? Hydrogen once again. So let's do that. I have 6 here, so I will try to make this also 6. See, 6 hydrogen atoms, 4th part done. Now what about carbon? I can see 1 carbon atom here and here. So this does not need any balancing. I will just increase it by 1. Okay. What about oxygen? I can see there is only 1 oxygen atom on the reactant side. There is only 1 on the product side also. This is also already balanced. Now you can clearly see the number of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atoms are exactly same on both sides. Now this is a balanced chemical reaction. Let's check it once again. See, completely balanced. Let's solve one more. Okay, now once again we will do the same thing. We will see the number of carbon atoms on both sides and we will find out whether they are same on reactant or product side. So we will start with carbon. Okay, I have 2 carbon atoms here. I have only 1 here. Okay, so what else? I have 4 hydrogen atoms here. I have only 2 here. So I have to balance both. Okay, so which atom we should start with? Let's start with hydrogen that is present in more amount. Okay, so let's balance this one by increasing it by 2. Okay, hydrogen part is done. What about carbon? I can see 2 carbon atoms are here. So this one also must be 2. Okay, this part also done. Now what about oxygen? Is the oxygen balanced? No. I have 4 oxygen atoms on the product side from here and 2 more. So total 6 oxygen atoms are present on the product side. I should increase this also so that the total comes out to be 6. Now this is done. Okay, I will increase this by 1 and now you can clearly see the number of carbon atoms on both sides are equal. The number of oxygen atoms on both sides are equal. And the hydrogen atoms are also exactly same. This is a balanced chemical reaction. And you are done. So this is how we balance the chemical reaction. This is the idea behind it. Now when you will focus on your ionic equations, there we need more steps also. So you have to balance the chemical reaction there by applying the acidic medium or basic medium conditions. We will do that later on. Right now we have just focused on simple equations in which we are following law of conservation of mass. Just by counting the number of atoms we can easily balance them. So I hope you understood why we do the balancing, what is the law we have to follow for that and what are the steps we have to follow. Okay, if you want to learn more amazing content, then you can follow SISYA class where we solve each and everything by these live simulations, by taking real life examples so that you can retain that information better.